Okay, good afternoon and welcome to the special City Council meeting for the City of International Falls for Monday, July 22nd, 2019, the time being 5 p.m. We'd call the meeting to order and ask the Administrator to note the roll call with Councillor Deach absent due to family medical appointment, and so he will not be here this evening. But the other four members of the council are present, and the purpose of the meeting is to the second reading and the final adoption of the ordinance repealing ordinance number 31, enacting revised chapter 14 of the City Code imposing a 1% local sales and use tax.
I would move the second reading and the final adoption of the ordinance repealing ordinance number 31 and enacting the revised chapter 14 of the City Code imposing a 1% local sales and use tax.
Motion by Councillor Droba is accepted.
I will second all of that.
Second by Councillor Kraus. Questions or discussions with regard to the repealing of the ordinance and the enacting chapter 14?
Mayor, I'd just add I haven't received any notification from the public with any concerns or questions about it. Nothing in writing either, so we haven't received any comment.
And may I ask the question, City Administrator, was the first reading supplied to the Department of Revenue at this point, or in the packet?
No, when I had corresponded with them regarding the other information that was sent last week, I indicated in my narrative that the city had conducted the first reading on July 15th and that a second reading was scheduled for this evening, and that subject to the City Council approval and publication, we would, in getting all the signatures, and we would forward the revised ordinance, which is this template that they requested that we adopt, and I would forward it to them. So,
very good. Further questions or discussions with regard to the motion or the sales and use tax? Seeing and hearing none, Chair would then place the question.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And I would vote yes. There being 4 for the motion and none against, the motion carries. The second reading and final adoption is approved. Thank you. I would take just a moment and ask the City Administrator to point out that on Friday, and I know he worked late as well as members of the office, I think it was Emma working late also, to supply the Department of Revenue at least 8 items that they had requested.
yes, Mayor, there was some delay in sending the information off because part of what the Department of Revenue asked for was affidavits of publication of various meeting notices, and so we were waiting for the staff at the Journal. We received one before noon, but we waited until about 2:30 when the second one came in, and then we included that in the packet of materials we sent to the Department of Revenue. And before the end of the day, I did get a response back from their staff, and it was addressed to myself as well as the mayor, and they indicated that they received it and that they would be proceeding with the notifications and registrations that were necessary for the sales tax, and that at some point in the future we would be receiving further instructions from them, I think is what the terminology was. So
yes, so they're going to be informing the businesses now within the local tax area that they have been, the term is auto-registered by the Department of Revenue. So if you get any questions from any of the businesses in the community, the Department of Revenue is now doing that, and as the City Administrator pointed out, everything is moving forward, and there will be some additional instructions on what will be happening next will be forthcoming. With that, there being no other business, before the City Council this evening. The next regular City Council meeting will be 2 weeks from tonight on Monday, August 5th, 2019 at 4:30 p.m. This meeting will stand adjourned. Thank you.